Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and today we're talking about game number 2 between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche, where the Dallas Stars hang on this time, thank God. Well, not thank God, depending on what type of fan you are. I'm going more towards Dallas, but I don't really care. But the Dallas Stars hang on to their lead, finally, and they win it 5-3, tying up the series at 1 in Dallas, but things are scary upon the horizon for them. But before we get there, let's talk about the game. So, Miro Heiskanen opens up the scoring, as well as the next 3 names on this list, as the Dallas Stars get a 4-0 lead in this game after scoring Heiskanen's 2 power plays goals. This guy's on fire, and this is kind of what they need, right? This is kind of what the Stars have been missing from their lineup all along. Is last year, the issue was like defense and I don't want to say goaltending because Ottinger isn't an issue, but the issue is that he was kind of being bombarded a little too much for them, especially against the Vegas Golden Knights, where he really couldn't shine and he was just killed. But before that, like against the Wild, completely fine. Like the Stars had it on lock. But the defense, once they were really shoved by a tough team like Vegas, they were outnumbered. But now, this year, you can tell before the third period, both games now, that they can handle a team like the Avalanche's offense. If they can handle a team like the Avalanche's offense, they're probably pretty good. Because if Dallas goes on and they play against either the... Now, if they play against the Oilers' offense, that is where things might be a bit of an issue for them, because that might be, like, the other offense to worry about, but I definitely think I would pick the Avalanches for the playoffs more. But that's whatever, one thing, too later, whatever, getting ahead of myself. But the Dallas Stars, the offense, incredible, and Heiskanen, being that, like, Victor Hedman, being their guy, right? The defenseman that needs to put points on the board. They need that kind of Pietrangelo guy. And he's shown he's a workhorse. He's shown he's a defensive master, but they really needed that guy in the back end to help produce. And he's really kicking it off this game, and I hope it continues. Because as more of a Dallas fan in this series, even though I do kind of like the Avs, but Heiskanen needs to kick it up a notch, right? That is what they've been missing, is that one guy in the back end, and he started that this game. And then Rupe Hintz, Tyler Seguin on the shorty, with the shorty actually, getting up on the board first time in the playoffs, getting them the 4-0. But then, finally, the Avalanche start to kick back. Kiviranta, Duhaime, and Nichushkin with his 9th of the playoffs, which is absurd. But that's where the line is drawn. The shorthanded goal by Seguin keeps them without reach, and Lindell gets the empty netter. And the Stars, they almost screw it up again. And it just goes to show you, like, how good the Avalanche are. The Avalanche are so good and so close to being once again another Stanley Cup champion that they can almost come back from a 4-0 and 3-0 lead twice in a row. They just can't get it done tonight. Just that close, though. And it shows that they're almost that good. But no team is really almost that good, right? Like, I don't know if there is a team that is good enough to do that 2 nights in a row against a team as good as Dallas, right? But that shows how good the Avalanche are. And that's what scares me going forward for the Dallas team. Because the Stars almost blew it twice in their hometown after scoring a bunch of goals. Wait till they go to the hardest defended team this season at home. The Avalanche going back to Denver, going back home with the best home player in the league in Nathan MacKinnon. I almost called him Matthew McKinnon. I don't know why. But going back to Denver is going to be tough for Dallas because Avalanche have been in this series. They keep fighting. They keep going out with dignity. They're tied in this series 1-1, and they're going to go home. And now Dallas is going to be the team on the road, and I don't know how good that's going to go for them. Because the Stars, like, they've been playing good, right? These series, like, they are pushing the pace. They are definitely looking like the better team until they start to give up in the third period. Because in the first and second period, especially in this game, they were pushing the pace. Georgiev is not Georgiev, right? I know he got scored on 5 times this game, but he has definitely become Georgiev mode, and he is good, right? Georgiev is not the issue. The issue with Colorado that I was always worried about, and it shows, right? Because the Avalanche's weaknesses and strengths are shown in this series so far, is that they might give up a lot of goals against. Well, I know 3 isn't really a lot, but, you know, it was a lot of goals just being pounded. It was 3-0, you get what I mean. But they can also just come back and score at will, right? But the issue is that that can't continue, right? That will bend before it breaks. I mean, that will break before it bends too far, right? And especially against a team like Dallas, who has the defense and the goaltending, where Jake Ottinger shows up tonight, and the offense is, of course, there buzzing, that can kind of really even out the two. But it's just Colorado. The real key to success for both of these teams is to just do the good part of their game and try to stop the bad part. For Colorado, don't give up these early goals and then leave it nothing, right? Stop handicapping yourself so, I don't want to say early in the game, but just throughout the game. Don't give half the game to being Owen something, right? Just keep it competitive. Keep it 2-1 at least. So then in that third period, if you really want to go all out in that, have that only be a 1-goal difference, not freaking 4, And, yeah, so for Colorado, it's just keep the game competitive and not give up those goals so early, right? And really batten down the hatches when it comes to defense. And I know that's going to be tough because Colorado isn't the best defensive team, right? They do have those pieces there that can play defense, but they are much more of an onslaught. And this is how they play, right? This is what won them a Stanley Cup, it's such a strong forecheck, always pushing, always pressuring, such an aggressive team, just boom, in your face, right? Just pow, right there at you. But the issue is the Stars are just as good, especially when it comes to the offensive side of things. And if you're aggressive against an offensive guy, that's what you need to do. But sometimes you need to take an approach like the Kings or like the Islanders, right? Where you need to step back, right? Devontae's and Makar, of course, they got things covered. But Manson, especially with Manson, what the hell was his delay of game penalty? I know everyone makes mistakes, but he's looked a little bit of a bum this playoffs. He's made a couple of really bad mistakes. I know this one, and then he did something else earlier this playoffs. I can't remember, but he hasn't really wowed me as much as I hope Manson would. But yeah, Gerard also having to cover up guys not the best of defensive guys in the background, right? They're much more of a onslaught, keep the puck going in the offensive zone, keep the puck shoved down the other team's throat. But if Colorado tries to keep playing this offensive game against the Stars and give up the defense that they are giving up, the Stars will win in the long run. Now, this is a series that isn't going to end soon, right? This feels like a series that will go to 7, and I would bet all the money on that this goes to 7, and I think it still goes the Stars' way, because they feel more competent, right? The Avalanche feel like they are just a shotgun, right? Where they got that one shot, and it's gonna blow them up, but it feels like the Stars are a rifle, right? They feel like they're gonna keep going, they can pinpoint their shots, they can keep going, they can round after round after round. The Avalanche feel like they're a shotgun, where it's they only got so many shots in the barrel, but once they shoot, it is gonna blow up, right? And I know that might sound absolutely ridiculous, but I think I'm getting my point across. And the Stars, they're just going, right? They're buzzing right now. Ottinger's going. The defense looks good. The offense is going. I know I'm just kind of repeating myself at this point, but this game feels the same way as the first one did. It's just the issue is that the Stars hung on this time, and thank God. And going forward, the key to success is just fix those issues. The Avalanche, especially at home, I think are going to do it. I think they'll keep the game a little bit more even. They're not going to let the Stars run away with it. And for the Stars, I do think they still are the better team all across the board. The issue is that don't let them, if they're going to keep the game tighter next game, and let's say going into the third period, it's 2-1 or 2-2, or even if it's 3-2 going into the third period, don't let them crawl back, right? Don't let them get that comeback going. You got to play a smart shutdown game, a little bit more reserved, I would say, especially in the third period. Go at the end of the game. Defend the lead. Go put the buttons all the way down. Hit the D-pad. Put them all the way down the bottom. Go to defend the lead and protect the net or whatever, right? Because that's what this team needs. You got to really sit back, play conservative defensive game, give it all you got, overwhelm them, especially on the offensive zone, because that is where their weaknesses are. But once you get going back the other way, play smart defense. Don't give up those chances that you keep giving up, because Ottinger is saving your asses a lot of times. That one save he had in, was it the second or third period, whatever it was, where there was the rebound, he made that save, was insane. And it's just it's over and over again with this team, that Ottinger's saving them, and they're close, right? The Avalanche are close to breaking them a lot of times, but the Stars, these got to just each of these teams need to just slow down a little bit. Not slow down, but just need to just play a little bit of a tighter defensive game. Get those hits in there. Don't give up those areas so much, and really box them out in the slot, I would say. But either than that, I feel like that's all really I gotta say. So this has been a fun series so far. Definitely 2 fun games for this one. So far, the second round's much more enjoyable to watch than the first round. And, yeah, so I'm excited for tonight, and that is all I gotta say. So thank you for watching this. If you've made it this far, please, I'm begging you, please subscribe. Please, I'm begging. Please. And until next time, too sweet, have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.